we got a very special guest, Miss Gabrielle, also known as Gabby. Is that what you prefer to be called?
Gabby, Gab.
Whatever. Anything.
Everyone, I have Gabrielle on my Facebook, but everyone calls me Gabriel. I'm like, that's not my name. That's not my name.
Yeah, no.
That's great.
No, that's
Gabrielle.
really.
Gabriel.
I mean, yep. You don't look like a Gabriel to me, not at all. So Gabby is the force behind What You Cooking Good Looking, her Facebook community with nearly 80,000 members, and the creator of that amazing all-purpose seasoning, What You Cooking Cajun seasoning.
Hey,
Brantley. Yo. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, buddy, here. I think you sent me a different bio sheet here, buddy.
What do you mean?
I thought she was I thought she was a drone specialist, like a leading expert in drone technology is what you sent over to me.
Not me.
So it's a robust background in aerospace engineering and passion for innovation, and she's dedicated career in advancing capabilities and applications of unmanned aerial systems.
Hey, that's not me, but that sounds awesome.
Are y'all messing with us?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yes.
Wait.
She graduated from MIT.
Got a drone too, and I was.
That's what I sent in the email.
Yeah, dude, I've got the bio sheet. I'm sitting here looking at it on my phone.
See, Gabby, this is what I'm talking about. This is how unprofessional. I don't make mistakes like this, so I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
What are you talking about? I'm reading it. Gabby is an author. Look, she's authored numerous papers on drone technology and has applications of prestigious journals such as Journal of Aerospace Engineering and International Journal of Robotics Research.
God.
JR, what are you reading?
Okay.
Do you see any of this?
Yeah, I got that was on the Riverside deal for me there.
Dude, y'all are messing with us. Is it like it ain't April Fool's?
Let's find that, Gabby. Let's find that one because
that's what I sent them. That's Wednesday's show, boys. That's Wednesday's show.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I got them inverted. We're gonna blame ChatGPT and Notion. On
dude,
that.
No, time out. Hold on, dude.
That's what happened.
Hold on. I need to really get my mind right. So you got to be kidding me. Like, no, y'all are actually messing with us, right? Like, she is a drone expert. Because we're going to talk about New Jersey and the drones. I got all my notes. Everything's built around this, Tigs. But look, I do see one thing. Hold on. It says
you're going to have to deviate.
It says, hold on, wait. Here's something that has something to do with food, kind of, but I don't. It says Gabby holds a world record for the most drones flown simultaneously in a synchronized culinary display featuring over 100 drones creating a mesmerizing light show while cooking a live 5-course meal. What? Is it? Please tell me this is true.
I thought there's a video of that, like the drone show.
Y'all are pranking me.
I thought.
Is this a joke?
No, Gabby, we wouldn't.
Gabby, welcome to Tigs Bits.
Welcome to Tigs Bits.
Look, they didn't even tell me until like 2 minutes ago, Gabby, when you popped on, because they knew I would spill the beans.
We're gonna look. Yeah, you're gonna have to shift gears. You know, we had a show.
You can't fly a drone. I mean, golly.
When I first read it earlier, I really did. I said, I thought this was, hey, good looking, what you cooking, not drones. And I was like, my stepdad just got a drone. Maybe I can bring that up. And then I saw what you were doing, and I was like, oh, okay, I got the right person. Okay, go.
To be fair, we are having a show Wednesday with a guy about drones.
Yep. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome
to Tigs Bits, Gabby. So look,
yep.
You made the mistake of telling me you were a little nervous this morning. I was like, well, we're going to break the ice. Lacey and I had a little conversation this morning. We're like, we're going to break the ice with her. I think she'll like us right off the bat.
Very nice.
We're crazy.
All right. Good one.
Welcome to the show. We're so thankful for real this time. We're so thankful to have you on and get to visit with you about all of the amazing stuff that you do and everything. So let's just jump right into it and tell us a little bit, like give us the elevator speech of who Gabby Wilson is.
All right. Well, I'm 36. I started my cooking group in 2017, and it all originated because I like to post my food. I like to cook and post my food and share what I'm cooking, and I figured other people like to see that too. Well, lo and behold, that wasn't the case. I posted it one day on Facebook, and someone right after that posted a status saying, no one wants to see what you're cooking tonight. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, it's like my post every day. Okay, I get it.
That was for me.
I
That was
relate.
me, and I'm like, ooh, okay. So I made a group, and I wanted everybody to show, what they're cooking, what they're eating for
Yeah.
the night, what they got going on in their home, in their kitchen, and so I thought it'd be just a fun place to share all of that, and
Yeah.
it kind of grew from there, and yeah, it's been fun. And then I've always wanted to make a seasoning. I knew that. I knew I wanted a seasoning with a bunch of flavor in it, and I'm sure that's what everyone's goal is, to have a seasoning with flavor. I knew I didn't want paprika, but I wanted onion and garlic, bell pepper. I feel like everybody in the South, that's what you
Oh,
use, and
that is everything
100%.
right there.
so yeah,
You nailed
so
it.
And what I love, and not to jump ahead or anything here, but I've been pumped about talking about this because as I'm in my mid-40s now, I used to throw down and eat everything that was in front of my face, but Father Time is undefeated. Now I'm looking for the same thing I love, but with a more health conscious lean, like most of us these days. And I love the low sodium. I love the alternative stuff. I was so pumped to talk to you about that. I can't wait to try it. I love that idea because I get grief now. I'm from Alabama. My wife's from Houma, Louisiana.
Okay.
My family's from Jackson, Mississippi originally. So I'm like deep South. So now that I drink unsweet tea, people just want to crucify me. And I'm like, guys, I get it. But I can't go around drinking sugar sweet tea like we did at kids or Kool-Aid, 2 cups of sugar all day.
That stuff was sweet, too,
I
that
gotta
we grew up
go- I
on,
mean,
JR. That stuff
I know-
was sweet. It was
It's
thick.
too much.
It
So
was
I
too
use a little
much.
stevia now, or I use a little low sugar lemonade or something to cut it. So I'm always looking for that next thing that actually gets the flavor right, but can ease up on the sodium. Because I like a little salt. You need some salt, the good kind of salt, and all that stuff. So
That's
anyway,
right.
I was pumped to see that as part of your seasoning game plan. And then watching your stuff, I'm just like, luckily tonight, usually we talk about food and we all leave here starving. We're like trying to hurry up and get off at the eggs. We're all so hungry by the time. I went to Gambino's in Fairhope, Alabama, and had a nice Italian meal before the show today. So we can
look
talk
at
about
you.
food, and I'm not going to have to rush away because I watched those videos earlier today and I was so hungry. Sharice and I, my wife and I were out doing Christmas shopping. I said, we're going to go eat a good meal because we're going to talk about food tonight, and I don't want to be starving.
Oh, that's great. So now you can talk about it, sit back and relax. Like,
Yes.
It's funny. I actually went to Amici's like last night down here and took my son out to eat, and then we ate Italian. So we went and got after it. So now that's awesome. And it's
I had
funny,
gumbo to start with, though. I did start off with a bowl of gumbo.
Gumbo,
and
of course you got a
my
gumbo,
wife
huh?
approved, and
Yeah.
I mean, she's from Houma. She doesn't always, but she approved theirs. It was chicken, crab, sausage, and shrimp. It was
nice.
pretty dang good. Yeah.
Sounds
real
really
nice.
I had a bowl of gumbo about an hour ago. I made a gumbo yesterday.
Oh,
Fantastic.
hung out with
And,
itself
yeah,
overnight.
it's
Even better
gumbo.
today,
even
wasn't it?
better. Yeah.
Gumbo
Yeah.
season, man. Yeah, it was
That's
so
it.
much better. It was so much better tonight than it was last night. It was great last night, but
And I also
love gumbo.
posted a picture of my food today, but I don't get thousands of likes and comments like Gabby does when she posts
Exactly.
her food. But mine doesn't look as good as yours usually.
No, I don't know how to do it. I'll try to do that. I play around. I look like an idiot. I send it over to Brantley, and he tells me, "Good job, buddy. You just keep up the good work." He makes me feel good like a little kid. And I say, "Thank you.
A little
Thank
tap
you,
on
Eddie."
the back.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. Yeah.
It
No,
is
that's good.
great.
Hey, I do want to ask you something. I'm going to throw Brantley off. He's got a whole thing lined up, and we're just disrupting it.
No,
I
we're
love it.
just
So
having fun.
that's it.
And we're going
uh,
where it takes us.
I did see you, like we were talking about salt a minute ago, and I'm going to back up your seasoning. I love the ingredients. I was looking at garlic, onion, celery, bell pepper, and some spice. Like I'd throw that in about everything that I cook, whether it be fresh or something else. So that's a great combo in the low sodium deal. But you were throwing something, some kind of a rock salt deal that you were cooking. Or
Oh
something.
yeah. Yeah.
What is that? Can you talk to me about that a little bit?
So that I got as a Christmas gift last year.
Yeah.
It's from a local place. I think it's in Lafayette. I haven't been to the store yet. Been trying to get there. I haven't been there yet.
Yeah.
It's so good though. It's delicious. It has
Oh, wow.
sea salt, red pepper flakes, granulated garlic, some other things in there, but it's just like it's really good. It's really
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
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 It's
Specialty
Looks
salt. Yeah,
It's different.
that's the next level. That specialty salt stuff. It's already in there. Yeah.
yes, it
I
is.
know here there's a meat
Infused.
market here, and I think there was one in Houma too. We could get it. I know there's one here in I live in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And I think there's one in Orange Beach where Grice, a friend of ours, and I have been, and you can get the different color salts with all the different seasonings in it and different ones, different grains and things like that. And man, that's a next level deal there.
It is. That's becoming like a really big thing. That's something I would kind of like to dabble in, but we'll see.
I use the Como salt or the Celtic salt is what I normally try to use at home. And we have regular iodize for certain things, but I try to go up a grade with your salt too, because if you're using great ingredients everywhere else, why wouldn't you upgrade your salt? That's
those
a
are
big part of your base
for sure.
Yeah, and I've been using that pink Himalayan salt for a while too. Like you read, and it's like it's got to be a little bit better,
Yep,
so.
it is better, a lot better for you for sure.
That's it.
Well,
That's
Gabby,
don't wake up your fingers swollen and pop and hurting like a crawfish boil. You know what I mean? Like crawfish boil and toes.
Well, and I tell you, I was on a hunt a couple years ago out in Colorado, and there were some pro level chefs there from a big resort up in Idaho that were there cooking for everybody that week. And I remember one of the things I took away from that, when he was using salt, he was using heavy rock salt on things. And I remember talking to him about it, and he said that one of our big problems with diabetes in our country is the form of salt we're taking. It used to all be big like that. You had to crush it down. Now they give it to us in smaller, so you have to distribute more to get the same effect, blah, blah, blah. It was scientific study, but big salt better than little salt is basically what I took away. And I didn't have any, and, he was some kind of master chef from somewhere. And I thought, man, that makes sense because you have to put so much if it's real light and thin.
Yeah.
Or you get the big pop. You get the big pop of the good salt here and there, just like everything else. They make it cheap as they can, so it's.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I didn't realize we were going to go into such a deep dive on salt, but
I think we need
sense.
to spend at least another 30 minutes on salt here. If we can,
my last name's Salter. I'm loving this.
Yeah, I mean,
let's really discover.
It's a huge deal. I mean, think about it. People have to deal with a sodium level intakes and stuff for whatever health reason. It's crazy.
Major part of it.
Crazy. Well, we all eat like farmers, but we're not all farmers anymore. We still eat like big meals and stuff, but we don't work and sweat and work hard anymore.
Exactly. No, exactly.
Brass tacks.
Unless you go hit the golf course like I did today, then you work it out a little bit.
That's the same thing as our grandfathers working 15 hours a day. It's exactly the same. Blake.
Exactly the same. I felt the same.
Our grandmother's working 15 acres worth of gardens so the family could eat and can all day. Same thing.
Imagine our grandparents making a video on the 7th hole for an eagle. just the thought. Just think about that. Like, I'm going out. I'm gonna video. That's what Blake.
Gabby's like, "What's wrong with y'all? What are y'all even talking about?" Yeah,
she knows it. She's seeing it too. She's like, "Yeah, I get it.
She gets it."
Yeah, Gabby. Just to give you that. This will take 10 seconds, but I was playing golf today by myself. I just went up there, I hadn't played forever, and I played 9 holes, and I'd played kind of like garbage. I hadn't played much golf, and then got to the 8th hole. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to video every single shot. I don't care if I make a quadruple bogey or 12. Son of a gun, if I didn't absolutely destroy it, it's a par 5, hammered it down the middle, hit the green the second shot, and then made like a 35, 40-foot putt for eagle. And videoed the whole thing by myself. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I can't, so I felt pretty good. I should have walked off. My next tee shot on 9 went straight right. You know what I mean? It's right. But anyway, it was fun, but it was, we videoed it.
Don't worry. You'll see it tomorrow on our socials. That's dropping for sure. For sure. But look, the salt thing brings us to a good place to kind of wind it back for a second. Where did this... You have a great palate, Gabby, because you've been doing this. You've created a seasoning. Your videos are amazing. They look like I can smell and taste the food through the camera. I mean, you do great. I want it.
I agree.
It's good. Where did this love of food and all of that begin? How did this all get started? Like going back to when you were a little girl, somewhere in there, it had to start. I would think.
So I was always in the kitchen with my mom. She always had me on her hip. She was always cooking every night. She cooked almost every night. Not every night, but almost every night. And we always had these great meals. And I remember, so she ended up moving away, and I was there with my dad. I was younger, and I'm like, well, you don't cook. My brother and I'm like, so how are we going to eat? How are we going to do this? I was like, all right, it's my time to shine. I'm going to cook for us. It may not have been the best, but I was like, I'm going to do it. So I cooked. And I just kind of love the kitchen now, and it's kind of like my getaway. That's his, I go in the
Yeah,
kitchen and
you
get to work.
you
That's
find it
cool.
kind of relaxing.
Yeah, it is relaxing for me. It's very relaxing.
That's an awesome start. I mean, yours came out of a like necessity to go, you know what? I'm tired of eating y'all's garbage. You're trying to, I got to figure this cooking thing out because I like to eat good food and I'm fixing to do this.
Exactly.
And that's how you arrived.
Yeah, you've already had good food because your mom cooked good. So you're like, I know it can be done. I'm not going to settle for crap. We'll go
My
find
dad
that.
was like
Yeah,
boiling eggs all the time, and I'm like, no, I don't want to make an egg tonight. I don't want, no. And like, bless his heart, he was like, trying to do everything. But
Right.
I was like, okay, I'm going to try rice and gravy. So let's, and it worked. It worked. At least
That's
everyone,
so cool.
they could have been lying to me, but hey,
Well, I
they
don't
still
think
ate
they
it.
are.
So
Yeah, they didn't
they're
want to
not-
cook. They want to
didn't
push
wanna-
you out of the way to cook.
they didn't want to cook. So it was fun. It worked out.
What would you say? What would you say your signature style is? Like, what have you mentioned rice and gravy? We've had Brittany Camille on the show
I love it.
before, and we've had others, and it always seems to come back to rice and gravy.
Yeah.
Is that kind of where it started?
Yeah,
And
I
like
would
your
say,
signature dish now?
I love pasta, honestly.
Okay.
My mom's from Indiana, so like, ooh,
Ah,
no one knows that. But yeah, she's a Hoosier, so I'm
They
not
do
like
now.
100% Cajun, So she always made meatloaf. And I like meatloaf, but like she would make rice and gravy too, but I don't know. I like pasta. Pasta is my jam, and I always go back to pasta. If we want a good meal, I'm like, let's cook pasta. Pasta makes
Is it
everybody happy.
is it pasta lie? Is it Cajun style dishes, or you do Italian type stuff?
Italian type stuff.
You do?
I can eat like pasta with butter, olive oil, and spices, and I'm good. I'm fine.
Oh,
My family's like, okay, Mom, no, we're sick of this. We're sick of this.
Yeah, where's the meat?
Yeah, my youngest son, I'm telling you what, he could live on that. Like some sort of a pasta, you give him a little bit of olive oil, you give him some sort of a seasoning. He'll switch up the seasonings from Italian seasoning, a little Cajun seasoning. He changed, but dude, he could go pasta every
love
single day.
I mean,
yeah.
I love rice and gravy too. I love rice and gravy.
Yeah.
I mean, I cook it twice a week at least. But if I'm gonna pick, we're eating pasta. It's pasta.
every time.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
time.
I love some spaghetti. Spaghetti's my favorite thing to cook,
Yeah,
and probably my favorite dish. I cook it at least once a week, and I change it up almost every time too, a little bit. Like last time I actually smoked some Boston butt and put some Boston butt in spaghetti.
Yeah.
Saw
I'd
that.
never done that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was good. It wasn't my favorite spaghetti I've ever made, but it was good. It was different. Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Yeah, I just love pasta. Spaghetti is a favorite.
Oh, it is good.
Yeah, shrimp Alfredo. Just love it. I'm hungry.
So good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
what's
have you
your
ever got
what
like
is-
a bowl of pasta with shrimp or chicken or something
Yeah.
and been like, this is terrible? Like, no, not ever.
No,
You know what I mean?
all-
It's
no,
always good.
No,
Yeah,
never.
for
Even
sure,
if you make
for
it
sure.
yourself. What does your family? What are they excited when you tell them that's what you're going to make tonight?
Rice and gravy. They always want rice and gravy. Rice
Yeah.
and gravy.
Yeah.
Now my son, he's 16. All of a sudden, he doesn't even eat with us anymore. He's on the road.
I get that.
And so he's like,
Yeah.
he has McDonald's. But if I do cook rice and gravy,
He'll eat. I bet
Yeah.
I bet he comes home for that. Yeah.
um,
I
That
get
calls
that.
it in, huh?
yeah, it calls him in. Yeah, for sure.
It
Are y'all
still
big
works.
bread?
My mom did that to me too. I can remember when I was like your son. I like to rip and run. As soon as I hit 16, I was ready to go. But I knew if mom was cooking certain things, I would be back to get that. I might go back out or leave, whatever I was doing. Oh, that's great.
For sure.
Yeah, you got to call them in. It's like ringing that bell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's certain things you ring that thing just right, they'll
Yeah.
somehow magically appear.
It's
Especially my oldest one, who's
unbelievable.
now just turned 18 yesterday.
Oh wow.
He's the same way.
Holy
Yeah, I
cow,
know.
He's 18.
1-8, man. Yeah, that's wild.
That's
That kind of
crazy.
really hit me yesterday. I was like, dude, he is 18 years old. Like,
You've got an adult as a child.
unbelievable. Yeah, I do. So yeah, it's crazy stuff. So, but it was good. Yeah, we got to hang out, eat, and do all that fun stuff. But Gabby, are you a big bread person? Like, bread's my weakness. I love
do.
bread.
I really like bread, and I just tried to make bread. It
Yeah.
was a complete fail. It was
Was
a
it?
complete fail.
Oh yeah, that video that you made. I saw a video that you claimed was a fail with bread, that didn't look like a fail.
Yeah, I posted a
But maybe it
picture of
was.
and it was. It's sourdough, so it's supposed to be dense
Yeah, that was it.
anyways, but
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I could have threw it at the wall. It was like, it was no, it was not. It
No,
was not
no,
good. No,
okay.
it was really hard, and like, I even made my own butter that night and everything, and I was like, oh, we're gonna
So
have.
excited.
Yeah, I was so
Yeah.
excited, and
Oh, so like you whipped up your own butter, like
yeah,
with the
I got a
KitchenAid?
new
Oh,
mixer, and I was like, oh, we're making butter tonight. Some delicious homemade butter, and
Fresh
really good.
butter, fresh bread. Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. No, it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
was the butter great?
Knock on the
Was the
bread.
butter great?
I bet the butter was good.
It was good.
Just throw it on some light bread and just move on. You know what I mean?
It was good. I made regular butter, and then I made a cinnamon and sugar butter.
Oh,
Have you made a video of that?
No. I'm
You got to make a
I
video
know.
of that. I want to know how to make it.
I've never made butter either.
The whole
Mm-mm.
video making thing, it really scares me, honestly.
Does it?
It does. Because I'm so awkward and making voiceovers and everything. Everybody that knows me, like, I go to work to make people laugh. Like, everyone just gets, they just laugh at me, and I don't know. So making videos, I'm trying to be serious while I'm doing it, and it's just, I don't know.
I get it. I think all three of us can say that we get it just from doing this podcast. And I would say if you just look at the three of us from a show that we did a year ago, JR was a lot more seasoned than Blasey and myself. And then you look at shows that we do now, I think our personality comes more out in the shows that we do now of like who we really are.
Yeah.
And it's just simply because we've gotten comfortable with like no longer caring what this thinks about what that sees.
Right.
It's all in here.
Yeah.
It's
It's
all
just
in there.
practice too. It's just time.
And it's still
Yep.
easier for me to be right here. Even when I'm in there, to me, it's still, or anywhere, and I'm just by myself, that's still awkward for me. It feels weird. You know what I mean? This doesn't feel weird. Anytime this comes on, y'all are all there. This is just like me sitting in a room talking to people. So this is fine. I'm way used to it. But that's still a little something that I'm still trying to get used to.
Yeah,
You know what
it's,
I mean? So, no, I totally get it. Like
Yeah.
you and like Austin Dennis, when I see that, I'm like, man, to kind of try to bring that out, that's tough. You know what I mean? Get
It
that
is.
personality out, you know?
It is. And it's like, I don't know. I'm just such an awkward person. And like when I go to work the next day after making a video, they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to make a video. Like, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to make a video. And they make fun of me, and I'm like, whatever,
Look, that all right.
Relate.
So look, I get that because we're all in different group texts with people, and dudes are relentless as well. They're especially relentless with anything, and on our show we talk about a lot of stuff. The only way that you can get any attention in this world or have anybody have us have guests or anything like that is to make videos.
Yeah.
Make little shorts and stuff like that. So as soon as we started doing that, and still I know I get hit all the time on like, I can't believe you did that, and you're an idiot, and
Oh, I get it.
Alabama white sauce. I get hit with that one all the time. The Alabama white sauce, like, you're from Louisiana. Why do you talk about that? It's like, well, we're an international show, bitch. That's what we are. So
it's a little bigger than it's a little bigger than the neighborhood.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
Well,
small minded. Like I'm from Alabama and live in Florida, and I love to cook crawfish and
It's a southern
gumbo
show.
and like
It's just a
I
southern
gotta,
thing.
like, that'd be weird if
Yeah.
I just no, I'm not cooking any of those Louisiana dishes.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
Anyhow.
I say it's a southern show.
I get it. I
But
totally
yeah, you
get
will
that.
though. You'll get Gabby. You'll get more once you do it more. Because I failed speech 6 times in college. Right, I could talk in front of the homies at the fraternity party, whatever, locker room, hold court. I was the funniest guy, whatever. But get me in front of a couple people I didn't know or some adults, couldn't say crap.
Yeah.
All right, fast forward to I work in the music business is my full-time job. I work on the road. I'm a road manager for a country singer. So I have to go out and interact with people all the time. Now I get up on stage and actually make the stage announcement in front of thousands of people, and stuff like that.
He does.
I couldn't imagine have done that. And I had to literally 23 years of doing it. Little by little, in year 22, I started you know what I'm saying? It took me a long time. But even like talking to other people, like at groups, like before, like security meeting or just in front of a bunch of people, I could never have done that unless just practice and being confident. And your stuff's good and everybody loves it. So once your confidence catches up with your ability, then you get that screen time and that practice time, and boom, 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 it'll flow. I mean, Austin said it the other week. It's a lot of work, and I've said that too to people that have no idea how anything works outside of their bubble when they talk about people and their success for whatever field it is. And I'm like, you have no idea how many hours or what level of creativity or technology or drive it takes to get that stuff done. So don't knock it, because there's 99.9% of the people out there couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
Or wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? So
it's just,
you know what? I'm going to say something to the people that I know that are going to watch this show. Screw y'all for dicking with Gabby. Let her go. We're done with this. That's it. That's all I got to say. Because they're going to
let that bird fly.
I mean,
let that bird fly.
And that's another thing. Like, I drop F-bombs all the time. Like, if you know,
do it and just bleep them. Make that part of the show. Make it part of the show.
And and I want to
put couillon instead of the F-bomb, just blurp out couillon and have like a voiceover thing and just or something, whatever.
Because
but
I'm
just use it.
cursing. And I shouldn't. I should be more ladylike. But like,
it's okay.
Embrace yourself.
My daughter's sitting next to me doing this, shaking her head, saying yes. I should be.
But you're from Louisiana. That's just kind of how it is.
That's kind of how you roll.
God forbid.
Yeah, I've heard Austin Dennis, and I know you know who Austin is. I'm sure you I know.
Yes,
I think you do. You know that these same. I think that's how you came onto my radar. It was mac and cheese number one. I know what it was because I remember seeing it. I was like, and I love mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Like it's that and potato salad are a couple of my biggest side weaknesses. But anyhow, we'll get to that later. But Austin had said, Austin had kind of said something very, very similar that I lost my train of thought. The mac and cheese, man.
You're talking about Austin Dennis.
You know where I was going
That's
with
so
it.
good. I love it. I love it.
It did. It really made me just.
That's how much he likes mac and cheese, Gabby.
Yeah, he just got lost in mac and cheese.
I'm envisioning it just melting.
First time. Yep. That's so good.
Well, you know where I was going with this with Austin Blasey. We've been doing this long enough. Speaking of testing, where was I going? I mean, I've just completely lost my train of thought. I had a good point.
No, I think the best point is the fact you lost your train of thought. And
there it is.
Doing this shit. No, that's perfect. No, you were talking about she's doing, kind of being nervous and some of her friends saying stuff and trying to embracing who she is and kind of doing kind of letting that come through.
Oh yeah, no, the cussing, the cussing. That's where I was going with it. Yeah,
there we go. I know.
Yeah. Thank you. See, Blasey, it's like we're an old married couple. We know he knows how to reel me back in. So with Austin, he had said, his what the hell is going on? Which is, he's okay with that with the kids, but it's, now that's good shit. His wife isn't necessarily the happiest in the world that he says that's his tagline, but I mean, it's kind of his tagline, I mean,
you kind of expected on that on the front end and that on the back end,
Yeah, but I get the dilemma. His child is a baby. It's a little baby right now, but I get it going down the road. But here's what I figured out. I have a 21-year-old and a 12-year-old.
Okay.
And, it makes me think of the little sign that's in my mom and dad's house. Mom's got a little something. It's like, I love Jesus, but I may cuss a little or something like that. It's kind of, I cuss a lot, but still, I try to not. So the kids know, so that's where I was going with that.
Yeah. I try to not, but my kids know, they're 16 and 10. They know what's going to come out of my mouth.
Exactly. They've heard it.
The real world's a lot more vicious than that.
Yeah. And they know to repeat and,
Yeah, that's right. Well, you're an adult and, you're having fun. It's not like you do anything crazy. It's just, you just talk like you probably normally talk around the house, to be honest with you. So it's nothing really crazy new. JR, I got an idea. You should do like that intro that you do. You should do one for Gabby at some point. She can just use that. And then she could hear it when she probably went on. She'd probably just absolutely kill it. You know what I mean? She'd be so comfortable.
Should do one for the show, too, while you're doing it.
Yeah, he hadn't even done one for us yet.
Yeah. Can we?
See, I'm trying to backdoor it. That was kind of a backdoor work deal.
Okay. It was kind of a work like at the top of the show, our work. Yeah,
exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Kind of coming from the backside, reach around Willie. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. So JR's being a little bit humble, Gabby. He is the tour manager for country singer Justin Moore, which I'm sure you're familiar with him. He's had what now 13 number ones, is it?
I think
Yeah.
so,
JR?
yeah.
14,
And
13,
yeah, I believe so. Yeah, and his wife is also from Houma, Louisiana.
Yeah.
His wife and my wife graduated like a year apart, and their older sisters were both buddies and stuff. So I'll actually be heading back to Louisiana next week, and we'll be there for Christmas Day. And I overheard my mother-in-law and my wife on the phone today talking about dinner plans, and I think we've got green beans in the pressure cooker. I know we're gonna have gumbo. We're doing a roast.
Nice.
Dirty rice.
Very nice.
And I heard those for sure. So I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
JR just shows up. Just tell me what's on the menu.
I'll
I'm
do
there to
that.
eat
I'll
it.
do that.
Oh, I love it. They got a kick out of it when I first started going down there, because I don't talk like them or look like them. They'd always, you eat this kind of stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, I eat all of it. I love it. Because I had been to Morgan City before I went down there, so I'd already been acclimated. My family's from Jackson, so we were in New Orleans a lot, so I was already kind of. I love seafood and wild game and whatever. You ain't gonna, unless it's something real crazy. You're not gonna throw me a curveball. I'm down to munch. I was just looking actually and found the card. I'm not trying to not pay attention over here, but I just found the card for Chef Victor from the Idaho Rocky Mountain Ranch. That was the chef about the salt, and that made me think we need to have him on, and we'll get Gabby to come back on so she can listen in with us, and we'll get him to tell us that story about salt and drop some tips on.
Yeah, I'd like that.
That kind of stuff.
For sure.
Heck yeah.
May learn how to make it there, Gabby, and then there's a whole other
Oh
product.
gosh.
Yeah, because
Dude, be a good business because I know that bag we bought was like $25 for this tiniest bag of salt. I'm like, that's more expensive than other stuff you buy in small white bags.
yeah. Right.
Crazy.
Oh, Lord.
Not that I would know, but I heard.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Gabby, how did it start? Where did you wake up one day and you say, I know, you know what? I'm gonna start a seasoning. We're gonna build it from scratch. Here's the product. It's going on shelves. I'm gonna sell it.
So in my group, I was always using onion powder, garlic powder, celery, red pepper. And I just knew I wanted to make something that had all of that in it, instead of having to grab everything all the time. And I mean, I still do grab other things at times. And I knew I wanted to base it around my group. I had been telling everybody in my group, hey, I'm working on this. Sooner or later, I'm going to have this. Life took over. So it just took a while to get it out, but
yeah,
that's where it started. I knew that I wanted all these flavors in one. I didn't want to have to reach for everything every time. I just wanted all in one. So
Because you're grabbing that almost every time.
every time.
Like all those every time.
Every time.
Let's get my common. This is just this
Yeah.
is my starter action,
Yeah.
and then everything else. Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
you know the amounts, and you add that even if it's like equal parts, then you add a little more of what you need for each individual dish to take it up a notch. That
Right.
makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yeah.
So like for Italian dishes, I usually always grab more garlic powder all the time.
Yep.
right.
But I knew I wanted something that had everything in one, and that's where it started. And I really love my group. I love my little cooking group. I feel like over time it kind of slowed down with growing, which is fine with me. But it's really a community. Like I've met so many people from my cooking group, and it's really nice. It's really nice just like talking to people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
really it's cool.
Nice
There's a lot of
community.
there's a lot of our pictures. There's some videos too, but a lot of pictures every day. I'm a member of the group and have been for a while. Number one, I just like the name of it, but I started seeing it started popping up like in my feed of pictures of food, and I'm like, oh, I think I want to be a part of this. So, joined in, and I don't ever share or anything in there, but
That's
but I
fine.
probably should every now and then. But yeah, so that got started. Have you met some of these folks over time? Have you ever done like a meet and greet kind of deal or anything? Or how many admins do you have that help you run this? Just like some basic questions.
I maybe have about 10 admin that help me run it. They're local people. Some of them I've never met before. Some of them I know personally. I like the ones that I don't know at all, the ones I've never met. I asked in the group one day, I was like, hey, I could use some help if anybody would like to. And they were like, hey, I'd love to.
Yeah.
So they jumped in.
That's
They
awesome.
do a great
Community.
job. I love them for what they do because they really help out because some people are just crazy in there. And who would ever think you're in a cooking group, so who would ever think that would happen? But it does.
Let's start some drama.
Oh well,
in the
I think
cooking
that's
group.
that's why I think cooking content does so well.
Hey,
You know, I mean,
I have the best gumbo, and then this one's like, no, you don't. I have
no,
the
you
best
don't.
gumbo.
All
That's right.
And you know what? I'm a sucker for it. I'm like, let's go. I want to see what
Exactly.
y'all have to say. And then my admin deletes it. And I'm like, no, you deleted it too quickly. I wanted to read it. But it's a great community. It's a great
No,
community.
that's part of
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's the fun. You kind of like a little bit of controversy.
Yeah.
We've got a little controversy from the other night.
Yes, we
In
did
fact,
not
our
expect
boy
that at all.
Austin, and it
Yeah.
came out of nowhere.
It really did.
Came out of
There's some
nowhere.
real heat brewing over there. Yeah.
Yeah, Austin called
Things are
out
getting hot in that kitchen.
Country Cooking with Joni. Great guy too. He put on a social media meet and greet here recently, and so I think.
But Austin Dennis said you don't want none. That's what he told him
he
straight
said
up
he
on our
don't
show.
want none.
Really?
And we
and
laughed.
he
He
don't
said,
want
"Oh,
none.
he
It
don't
kinda
even
took
not
me-
want
I
any.
was-
I love
I
him
was
to death,
really
but he don't want
surprised.
any."
I was really surprised when he started going on about it. I was like, where did this come from? I was like, this is gold, but where did this come from?
Yes,
It threw me
exactly.
off completely.
I was like, oh wow, Austin, I feel some animosity and some heat there somewhere. We're gonna have celebrity
Oh, no, don't you worry.
Cajun food death match down in Morgan
I'm
City or
hearing
something?
hearing that we'll get a rebuttal from Joni here
Oh, that's
soon.
beautiful.
next
So,
week.
that's
Let's get this
beautiful.
thing.
To
Let's
to
stir
be
this.
continued.
Let's
whenever
stir this
anybody's
pot.
listening to
No
this.
pun
Stir it.
intended.
Wow.
Yeah, but it just goes back to food is controversy. I think
Yeah.
that they're one and the
It
same.
is.
You know, like yeah, exactly. My gumbo is better than your gumbo. I have a
Yeah.
darker roux. I actually made my roux. You know,
Right.
stuff like just
Seafood,
it's
seafood
endless.
or chicken and sausage. I
Right.
mean, do you use
you put
okra or no
okra in your
okra?
gumbo?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Do you put potato salad in your gumbo? A big dollop of that at the end. I mean,
Hell
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
crackers,
Or-
oysters. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
Sweet
you can get-
potato coming in that gumbo. I had it
Wow.
for the first time.
That's a
Yeah.
good-
Wow.
Wow.
Gabby, you ever had sweet potato in your gumbo?
I have not. That is a new one. That is a new
That's a
one.
new
Yeah.
one. I never
Sweet
even
potato
heard
and
of that.
boiled egg. Those were both in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a boiled
Poached egg. Sorry, not a boiled egg. Poached egg.
A poached
Yeah.
egg.
Wow.
Poached it in the gumbo. Yeah.
I see people do that. I'm not a big fan of the eggs in gumbo. It's not for me. I like the
It's just
stew,
something. It's
but
it's not going to mess up the gumbo. So if you don't want it, you can work
Right.
around it. It's not
Right.
going to change.
I can tell you
anything.
right now, I think the sweet potato would be for you. Like
Sweet
it's-
potato's money.
I'm not even like a
Mhm.
huge sweet potato person whatsoever. I do like potato salad in a
I
gumbo.
love potato salad.
Wait, if I
But that
remember,
guy, oh,
if I remember, he was from New Iberia area, right?
I think he was, and I
And
don't
there's a
think
lot
we've
of sweet
ever
potatoes
actually
up there. He said there's an abundance of sweet potatoes, is what he said. So they had to figure out what to do with a lot of the sweet potatoes, and that's kind
Really?
of how it started. I think that's where he's from. Is that where he said he was from?
I think that is where he said he was from.
Yeah.
I
Sweet
know that
potato
that's
and
where
Burlington.
that's
Watch
where
out.
Gabby's from.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever actually said that, but that is where she's coming to us from 40 minutes into the show. Whatever.
Welcome to Tigs Bits.
Welcome to Tigs Bits.
Never
So
know what you're
anyhow,
gonna get. Yeah, that's right.
So that's on the western, just for geographical sake here for anybody listening, that's on the western side of Louisiana towards the Texas border. That would be between, or you're south of Lafayette, right,
yeah,
Gabby?
Yes.
south,
Yes.
more
South of
towards
Lafayette.
kind of in between.
You're right at the
New Orleans and
turn, right?
Lafayette,
You're
but
like you're at the
south.
turn when we go down 90 and then turn, like going back towards Morgan City and Houma and stuff. Yeah, you're before you get. I know exactly. I'm in my head now. I can think about it. Yeah, because if I'm leaving Houma and I go through Morgan City and I'm going to Lafayette right before I get to Lafayette, right?
yeah, it'll be us.
Yeah,
And then if you keep going, you'll go through the beautiful, bustling town of Florine and Louisiana, where Tigs is from. What's the other town? What's the town you're from?
It depends. If you're trying to get to like Shreveport and you go through Florine, you done messed up.
Right.
You're gonna have issue. You're gonna hit I-49 at some point in this, and you're gonna rock and roll. But if you're on 171, go through Florine, and of course hit our good friend Shannon at Shannon's Butcher Block, and our friends at Curtis Grocery. There we got a shameless plug in.
Love
and
it.
our good friends at Toledo Bend Lake Country. They bring us this show every single week. So give them a shout out. We're not good about that, JR. And
Yeah,
we're
you're
just
welcome.
all over the place tonight,
There's
Gabby.
your softball right
Welcome
there.
to a show. It's almost like we're live tonight, but we're not. It's so good. And we're
I
not
love
editing it.
I love
Yeah.
it.
It's fun.
Great.
So tell us a little bit about your family dynamics, Gabby. You've got a son and a daughter, husband.
Yep.
So full disclosure, this morning, whenever I texted her that whole call back to the couch comment, she told me that her husband was a streamer. And I was like, okay, cool. What's he streaming? So I'm like, perfect. Well, she's got this set up. This is gonna be a piece of cake.
A streamer.
Yeah. So a
What kind of
streamer. I'm
streamer?
like, what does he stream?
Like a gamer?
And
No, he
so what does he do?
he trades futures. So yes,
Oh, okay.
stock stuff. So I thought I was going to be set up in his room, in his office, but it's really dark.
And then ultimately, you're not.
No. I'm
Well, it's a lovely room. Beautiful
Thank you.
Christmas tree back
Thank
there.
you.
So
Yes,
yeah,
great backdrop. Great backdrop.
very good
Thank you.
backdrop.
Yes.
No tech, no stock, dark office. Nah.
Nah.
No.
You chose well.
That's awesome.
Well, that's
though.
cool.
Yeah, it really is. And like Blaze said, gamer, there's so many options. We were saying that a few weeks ago on one of our shows, that the things when we were kids you dreamed about to grow up and do, it changed so much what the options are to do. Like all these things that are available now, when we were growing up, we didn't even know these were going to be options now.
I still don't know
so-
what I want to do. I don't know.
No,
Right.
I get it.
I don't know.
Well,
I totally get that.
I think
What-
it's starting. You're going to be a streamer too. It looks like, of some sort.
Maybe one day. Maybe.
Maybe y'all could do a combo show and get a sponsor, a food and a
Cooking with
financial sponsor. Yeah, cooking
There it
futures,
is.
and he's got the graph
A
up,
Tigs Bits production.
and you're making
We
gumbo.
got to get ourselves in somehow.
There we go.
You damn right.
Yeah.
we just sit there like the peanut gallery, like the guys from what's that show, the Muppets or whatever. We just sit
Yeah,
up there
the
and we just
two
talk
old
about
men.
it. We're just sitting up there.
Yeah,
and
we'll
build
do
us
a
a
whole
little
show
balcony
on y'all's
behind y'all.
show. We'll be happy to. We do that already.
We do.
We'll get
We're
to
good
that
at
later.
Great.
Sorry about that, Gabby.
Oh no. But yeah, I mean I have 4 jobs I think right now.
Holy cow! Yeah, I was going to ask. You
I still
said.
don't know what I want to do. That's what
Wow.
Well, she
Yeah.
told me this afternoon she was making sure we were going on tonight at this time, and she said, "Sorry, I just got out of surgery." And I went, "Wait, what? You just got out of surgery?
You look
Do
pretty
we
good
need
for
to-
somebody
is-
just got out of surgery.
Is there another? Should we maybe do this another time? Is there a better time?" So,
Sorry about that,
and I
sorry.
didn't ask. I did say I'd save that for the show. So, what the hell did that mean,
Yeah,
Gabby?
so
You just came out of surgery.
I work in oral and facial surgery.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
used to work full time doing this. I would travel to Lake Charles. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm over it. I don't want to travel anymore. I feel like I'm getting old, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. So I actually quit, and then I went and learned how to do permanent makeup. So I do that now,
Okay.
permanent makeup, and then my job called me and they're like, please come back, just work part-time in New Iberia for us, 2 days a week. And I was like, great, I would love to do that. So I do that,
Is-
permanent makeup.
Is that like an office-based setting, like with the surgery? Is that
Yes.
like a ASC or something, or a
Yeah, at a doctor's office, you're in and out.
okay,
within
like an
an hour.
office-based lab they've got
Mhm.
set up? Okay, that's cool. Yep. I'm in medical device healthcare
Oh.
stuff too. So yep. So that's awesome. So you do that, and then what else? So you're doing are you doing like the string eyebrow thing? Where you
No, it's like tattoos. I'm tattooing your eyebrows.
Oh.
and your lip.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Tell us a little bit more about that, because I've wondered, and Blasey, I'm glad that you asked that, because I've seen at my house in Florida, Blasey, we've seen a lady with the needling thing, whatever that is exactly, but I don't know if men do this or not, Gabby. But what would I've got a nice full set of eyebrows right now.
I
I need
see that.
like a
Yeah.
reduction. Yeah, I need a reduction, not more. But how does that work?
pull mine out?
So, it's basically just a tattoo, but I numb you. So I'm gonna numb you up, put your cream on, let you sit for about 30 minutes, and then we go to town. Just like it's like a
Just like
regular
you're
tattoo.
painting
It
it
takes about 2 hours or so.
So it's like so you're going like under the skin, like this is
Under
a
the
tattoo.
skin, yes.
Yeah, the first layers there. Okay,
Wow.
cool.
Um,
Wow.
Now, some guys do it. I did learn how to do hair follicles, like the fake hair follicles. A lot
I
of
saw a guy on Kill Tony the other
Yeah.
night that had that, and it was terrible.
yeah,
Wow.
It was not that, but I mean, it was like his whole head.
yeah,
Like it
yeah.
was,
Oh, he
he was a
tattooed the
dude who
whole
needed
head?
to
The whole
shave his
head,
head. He was beyond hope, and it wasn't just like a little fill-in kind of deal. That no, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It was-
So I learned how to do
Anyhow.
that, but I never got into it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
no, not for me. So
Yeah.
Yes.
that, and then I teach workout classes, and during the summer I do swimming lessons. I teach swimming lessons.
Oh, wow.
Good
And then you got
Lord.
your
So,
seasonings
yeah.
slinging on the side and all.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this on your seasoning. Where all can you, like, where are you right now? Like, as far as somebody wants to get your seasoning, you know? So how do you get some of that, what you cook in Cajun seasoning?
Right now I'm in 3 local stores in New Iberia,
Okay.
Philo, Millside, LaSalle, Gas. Or you can reach out to me. I'll ship if someone needs it. I'm starting to venture out. I've made it into New News. 2 local
I saw
boutiques,
that.
actually.
Awesome.
Yes, I just made it to New News, and I'm talking with a few other people to get into some stores. It's kind of nerve-wracking reaching out to people and be like, "Hey, do you want this in your store?" It's kind of, I don't know.
Walk us through that process. I'm kind of curious as to, and it's something that we've had these other folks on that haven't really ever asked. Like, how's the sales call go?
So my first few, they reached out to me, thankfully. I was like, "Thank you."
That's the
I
best
was so
kind.
nervous.
Yeah,
Yes, yes. One lady was like, "Hey, you're in my store every day. Are you gonna ask me?" And I'm like, "Ask you what?" She's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Ugh." Well, my first store that I ventured out to, which is a local store, everyone was like, "You need to go here. We want your seasoning here." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." And when my husband's around, I don't like him to, like, right now, I hear him in the kitchen, but I told him, I was like, "I don't want you in here. It makes me nervous." I don't want him when I'm recording videos.
You don't want
get
him
it.
to stand over there and look at you like, what you
Yes,
say?
because that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna stare at me and it's gonna make me nervous. So I told him, I was like, "Okay, we're gonna go to the store." I said, "But I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna go by myself." So I went in and I was like, "Hi." I was like, "I have a few local people who shop here often. They wanted me to see if you guys would like to carry my seasoning." And he was like, nope, we're full. The seasoning shelf is full." And I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
And I mean, that's basically how it goes.
Yeah.
It's very nerve-wracking, very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And some
Yeah.
people
I'm
like
in sales, so I get it.
Yeah.
I get
I
it.
am too.
You get a
And
lot more no's than yeses.
Well, and that might, and if that's not your strong suit, that might be something that you need to outsource. You know,
Yeah.
find somebody, a friend, a family member, Tigs, somebody who will
I'll-
be the person to reach out and try to make those sales things. That way, it's kind of like playing the good cop, bad cop. Justin and I do it on the road all the time. I shine him up. He comes in, says a few things, tell him what he needs. You know, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works better that way. That way, you can concentrate on what you need to be really focusing your energy on. You know, I'm just a thought though.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I know some of our good friends at Rouse's listen to this show, so hopefully they're going to call you in the next week or two, and they'll make it easy and
That'd be
no
great.
hassle
That'd be
on
great.
that. But
Yeah.
we're going to work on
'Cause
that
I
one
need
way or
some.
another.
I want to try this. I haven't had a chance to get any yet.
I'd love to send you guys some.
Please
Okay.
do, and
Awesome.
we'll
Yeah.
make sure to feature it on the Bubba Show, and maybe
Yep.
we can get somebody in Florida paying attention to get with Publix, and that's how it needs to work. Because I know I go through there, and I've tried, and no knock on it, I'm not going to name any names, but I've tried some of the no salt, low salt seasonings at Rouse's before, and I quit just because they never had enough flavor to get the job done. But I'm always wanting to try one, and that would be a strong selling point to anybody. Like, you know, people are asking for this and they don't find it on your shelves. I really think we should give this a shot. Here's a box. If they say no, well, here's my card. If you change your mind, let me know. I'll be down the street at the bigger store, you know, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And I just think that would be something that a lot of people that eat the way we do and live where we do would be interested in, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very, you know, everyone down here, we don't eat the best, you know, in Louisiana. We really don't. And it's the sea salt
It's
is really
okay.
it's really helping in that aspect. So I don't know. I hope everybody likes it, and we'll see where it goes. you know?
Well,
Yeah.
it looks good. I know it's
I
good.
can't wait to try
There's
some
no-
of it. No, it's
Exactly.
perfect. I was like, it's funny. I was actually just reading the bio stuff, the real bio, and I was like, that's something I throw in everything. It's just so basic. Like usually it's like all these other things, which are great too. But I'm like, well,
Yep.
that sounds interesting. But this just sounds like, well, this is what I use almost every day.
Right. It's basic.
Yeah.
It is basic.
Yep.
And I knew I wanted to keep sugar out of it. A lot of people have sugar in there. A lot of people have paprika. I didn't want to put any of that. I just wanted your basic things, and it worked
It's
out.
basic, but it still differentiates itself from other stuff because other stuff tries to go off
Sounds
and do
like
its own little thing. So
It's
that's
got
cool.
those flavors. It's going.
Yeah.
Who packages it? Who's your packer?
Louisiana House of Spice. I actually
Okay.
noticed
All right.
that you guys talked to David.
Yeah,
I saw.
we did. Yeah, I'm looking at his card right here, and that's why I was thinking. I was like, New Iberia. They're in New Iberia. This sounds like, and I wonder if they're making this,
And
because they have one that's not like what you have at all. Yours is an all-purpose seasoning, but they gave us a sample, and y'all haven't had this yet, boys. Sorry, it's called the Cajun 180.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And because they do everything in reverse, like we played the other night on the deal, and salt is the last ingredient on it, but it has a lot of the Trinity basically in it, and garlic and stuff. I put it because I wanted to test it just on chicken thighs the other day, and it was phenomenal. Just chicken
great.
thighs, and he kept going in on like compound butters and stuff like that, but just anything. Hers would be more of like that traditional. I'm assuming this without trying it. I will give the proper review at some point. We all will give a proper review, but I think yours is going to be more like our buddy T. Russ's Cypress Dust. It's going to be more like that Creole with a little kick, with all of the goodness of a Trinity. Am I right? Is that kind of?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it's-
you
I'm excited about
can't
it.
go
Yeah.
wrong
It's
with
like
no sugar.
David's. It has David,
So you won't burn stuff.
but with the kick in it.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
There you
Like
go.
anything with a kick in it.
And I love stuff like that. Me, it's like I grew up on Lowry seasoning salt in Alabama for a turkey sandwich, for a ham sandwich, anything like that. But I love trying these type new stuff, and that sounds like something perfect for a turkey and mayonnaise sandwich.
Yes. Yes. I rode in a parade Saturday night, and I made chicken salad sandwiches for everybody, and I just sprinkled it on top, and it was just perfect.
Yes.
Just a little sprinkle of that on the chicken salad
yes.
sandwich. It was good. Really good.
Yes.
I saw somebody say that, made a post, or you reposted it or something. This is so Louisiana, because you were throwing out little seasoning packets.
I was throwing my little seasoning packets.
That's
for everyone.
awesome.
That's so good. That's so
I
good.
wish I would love to catch that at parades.
I know, right?
Like,
I know.
yes, give me all of y'all's. I know you're going to just throw them away.
Yeah.
I want them.
And what's
I mean, they're going in Louisiana. They're going to get used.
What's
They ain't
the
gonna get thrown
parade
away.
we have after Mardi Gras? Is it St. Patrick's Day parade where they
St.
throw the
Patrick,
food
yes.
and you get the cabbage and the carrots and all that? That's where you need to have them out,
Right.
because you got all the ingredients
you
in
gotta
it.
put
always
something on
wanted
that,
to
actually.
go
That's
to
it.
that. I've always wanted to go to one of those. I think are they in New Orleans?
We have them in
There's a-
Houma. I know
really?
there's a
They
big
have
one in
a-
Houma. We take the fishing nets and all that, and I mean you end up with a good bit of stuff. Really, it's
There's a
amazing.
huge
It's so
one
cool.
here in Baton
Check that
Rouge.
out.
Y'all do Tigs? Y'all have it in Baton Rouge?
Yeah, we have a big one.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's
my
cool.
favorite parade in Baton Rouge is 100% the St. Patty's Day.
Really?
parade.
Mine was too. Yeah.
I've never been to it. Yeah, I've never done that.
Me either.
Yeah.
And I would love
Yeah.
to do that.
It's
I would
really-
love
it's
to
good.
do that. Yeah. Yeah. But
Well, Gabby,
Gabby.
I think we're reaching a point in the show where we get to kind of like, we've had a lot of fun from the whole jump, but we have a little segment of our show that we haven't got to do this whole year, or haven't done in not a whole year, but like in a couple of months. We've been busy. And boys, I don't know if y'all know this. This is probably going to be our last interview of the year.
oh wow.
Wow.
Well, no,
Probably
wait,
is.
we've got one Wednesday. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
After that, but we'll wrap it up.
Yes, we
the
are.
last
Yes, we are.
female artist of the year will
There
be
we
Miss
go.
Gabby,
Absolutely.
for sure.
1000%.
For sure. But we like to play a little thing, and there's no right or wrong answers. We like to play a little thing called Little Bits of Controversy.
It'll be okay.
And Blasey is the host of this segment. So,
Yeah,
have
I
your
just-
sip of wine, sit
Yeah.
back, relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Blasey,
no,
what
it's,
you got for us tonight?
very easy stuff here. Very easy stuff. We'll start off. We'll get her warmed up. So when it comes to crawfish, I mean, do you dust your crawfish or do you not dust your crawfish?
Oh, both.
Like with season.
Both.
Both. Okay.
We're going with both.
You're going to
really?
ride the fence on this, Gabby, and you're going to go
I haven't
with
seen
both.
anybody ride the fence. The first time I
No,
heard that.
it's
Can
an
you
interesting
explain?
move.
I like it on
Yeah.
my fingers. I like it, but
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I only peel my crawfish.
That
like
doesn't
this.
bother you.
I don't like it on all my fingers. I only peel crawfish like this, but I like the seasoning on the outside.
So you don't wear gloves.
I don't want. Oh no.
I like her.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
That's interesting. All right. I like it. All right. So let's advance this a little bit more. So, we talked about, I thought you were a drone expert when you came on the show. So I was already prepared to talk about drones tonight and what's going on up in New Jersey and these drones coming out over the water and appearing and 50 at a time and then disappearing back into the water or wherever they're going.
That's good.
Crazy stuff, right? I don't know if you've been following any of this stuff, but it's pretty wild. Have you been following it, first of all, like all these drones in New Jersey and stuff?
No, I heard about it today when I was at work. One of the girls,
Okay.
she works in the Army, and she's in the Army, and she brought it up today, and I hadn't heard anything about that yet.
Did she give a position on that? Like, did she say what she thought it was? Because apparently the government says they have no idea what it is.
Yeah.
The government says it's not us. The government says it's not a foreign entity. But they said, guys, relax. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Like, dude, that is such a psyop to get us all scared for some reason and something they're trying to ram down our throat from a government standpoint to control, like to buy new law, something. This is a work, dude. You talking about a work? Like this is like
This is a work.
this is a work. That's so
Yeah.
I was going to ask you. I didn't know. So you hadn't seen a lot of it, but my first thought is that. What do you think it is?
She said she just thinks, they know what it is, but they're not going to tell us, of course. So she said she went down a couple wormholes last night, and I was like, so
There's a
all
lot of
right,
'em.
come on, give us the juice.
Yeah.
And she just said that they know what it is. Something, you don't have something flying in the air that big and they don't know what it is, and they're just saying, oh, everything is fine, you guys, everything is fine. But that's all she said. Is that they know. But
It's crazy. What do you boys think about that? Like, yeah, I don't want to stay here too long, but man, this is kind of crazy stuff.
I hadn't really dug into it. I'm aware of the headline, but I hadn't dug into it really. I've told somebody the other day I've kind of checked out on since the election. I have no conspiracies, no news watching. I don't even watch my local news. I look at the weather on my phone. I'm checked out till Christmas, boys. Santa Claus is over. I'll be back on the clock. All these conspiracies and all this high level stuff. But if I had to make an educated guess just off the top of my thing with little thinking, I think it's the aliens we've been talking about for the last couple months that live in the water and all those things. I think that's them popping up in different places, letting us know, yeah, it's real.
It could be. It could be. It could be.
I don't really believe that, Gabby. I just say that because it makes for good
yes,
content.
He does.
But it could
yes,
be.
He does.
But it could be.
Go back and watch some of our shows.
What do you think, Tig Nasty?
I think we have a nuclear warhead that's capable of destroying an entire city that is leaked into the United States from the Ukraine.
And we're looking for it.
And we're looking for it.
And those things were, those things.
And that's what's happening. I think it's that. I think that's what's happening.
I feel like it's a Die Hard movie. Christmas Eve coming up. Somebody's got to save us. This nuclear warhead's coming into the country somewhere and being escorted by these drones. Are they sniffing them out? Are they sniffing them?
They're looking for
They're looking for the gas. They're looking for the gas.
Looking for the gas to come up
to find it.
Oh my God!
Yeah. No matter what, it's a weird situation.
What if it's a bunch of kids? It's a bunch of hackers in New Jersey that are drone. It's a drone club of a bunch of teenagers. That's probably what it is. They're gonna find a group of kids in there and they're all controlling them because one of them's dad's rich and they bought a crap ton of $15,000 drones and they got a horde of them over there playing games.
Just coming
like
out of
war
a hangar.
games.
Yeah, their dad's a senator or something.
Oh, of course we get off on a tangent.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
See, I
It's
was
great.
out. They brought me back in. Y'all pulled me back in.
I know. I'm not going to engage in these conspiracies until you ask me, and then I will do it. It's like that guy. I do not. Anyway, Brantley, I think you said I've got like one or two more, but didn't you say you might have one or two questions on this?
I got
tonight?
a couple. I do.
Yeah.
I've got a couple.
Okay.
Let's say this. All right. So what's playing in the background when you're cooking? Music, podcast, silence. If music, what's playing?
Let's see my playlist right here.
Boom.
Always. We're gonna go with 3 More Days Radio.
So are you a Pandora girl or
Spotify.
Spotify, Apple? What you using?
Spotify.
I like her.
Spotify.
Yes.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
Every
That's
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
Every time. So it's one of the, that's the beauty of Spotify is the playlist continuously
Yeah.
update, or some
Yeah.
of them, that's probably one of them that
Yeah.
does. So it's different, just, keeps coming and going.
Yeah. I have a cooking playlist in my car and, alone.
So different, just where your setting is, huh?
Yeah.
You gotta-
Yeah.
Makes
Definitely.
sense. I like it.
Let's keep it
I
clean.
think I'd be remiss based off of what she said earlier about doing some fitness instruction, and a question that I posed so many times over the course of the last 3 months at Tales from the Tailgate. How much you bench?
Oh,
silly.
that's so good.
So silly.
I didn't see that coming for some dumb reason. I didn't see that coming. You caught me by surprise. That's so good.
Channeling
good
Mike
question.
Amos.
That's a
Well,
great
Mike
question.
Amos.
I
love it.
don't. That's not the.
You don't bench.
No,
There it is.
no, I don't
So
do it.
Lynch.
I teach Legree.
What do you teach?
Legree. It's a form of. It's like Pilates almost. That's the best way to describe it.
Huh.
We're
heard
on a
of
big
Legree.
reformer machine, and you have to go as slow as possible. Slow as possible. All your moves have to be extremely slow.
Slow movements, huh?
Slow
Like the
movement.
whole
Like Bruce Lee
like
type stuff back in
yes.
the day, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
moving through clay.
Yeah.
That's what DDP also that
Yeah.
stuff. You want to have that motion through pushing through things, being fluid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gabby, whip your ass is what would happen.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Hey, I
No
got a
doubt.
question, and I don't know when this show's coming out because they don't tell me anything. They barely tell me.
We
to
don't
show
either.
up.
I don't know either.
But either post
Soon.
or post or pre-Christmas, whenever this does come out. What's your favorite Christmas song, Gabby?
Oh, I think Feliz Navidad.
Oh, that's a
Or-
there
good
you
one.
Or I can't think of what it's called. Something of carols. It's from Home Alone. I like their soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's great.
yes, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I've seen it
Carol
on
of
some
the Bells,
Facebook. On
maybe?
some, yes, that's
I
it.
like that.
It's Carol of the Bells. So
Very
I think
nostalgic.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
We heard a song today called "Christmas Blues" by a guy named Uncle Eddie on the R&B channel. It was pretty good. Y'all
Really?
have to check that out. That'll be my
Okay.
listen of the day. My wife loves Feliz Navidad also, Gabby, because her name is Charisse. So when she was little, her mom and sister would be like, Charisse Navidad. so
Oh yeah, of course.
so we always
That's
get a kick
awesome.
out of that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
What
good
about
stuff.
movie? What's your
yeah.
what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, Christmas movie?
Anything? Yeah.
Chevy Chase. Is that his name?
That's
Yes.
him.
Yes.
That's it.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas
It's tough to beat.
Vacation.
It's
So
good,
hard.
isn't it?
It's perfect. It's the we've decided that's the perfect Christmas
champion.
movie.
It is.
For anyone
It is.
in a
King of the Hill.
2 to 100,
It
that's
is.
the best movie you're gonna find. It's everybody's. It's in some part of it's everybody's life and situation. Somehow you can relate to some part of it.
Oh
somewhere.
yeah. Oh yeah. No
Everybody.
doubt. It's a good
Yeah.
movie. It's a good movie. A classic for sure. I do like the
Yeah.
Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Now, that's good stuff too.
I like Bad Santa as well.
Yeah.
It's a total opposite.
Yeah.
In fact,
Man,
I
I-
may watch Bad Santa tonight.
Who
plays
else?
Bad Santa. Who plays?
Oh, it's what's his name?
Billy Bob
Landman.
Thornton.
Landman.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wears he wears
a
women's
great Christmas
jeans
movie.
now and 2 hats. That's a thing. That's interesting. He talked about it on the show, and I was like, really.
Yes, he did. He wore 2 hats.
He wore 2, and they asked him why. He said a band he used to know did it. And he thought it was cool, so he's going to start doing it. And then he was on, I think it was Hoda and Jenna this morning or yesterday morning. They asked him, yeah, he wears size 7 women's pants now because he's got little legs, he says, and regular men's pants are too, And I've been around him once or twice, but that's a lot of times with celebrities and stuff, man. That's a different
Kinda
whole.
out there.
They wear women's
different
pants. I get
Yeah,
it.
old
Whatever.
Billy Bob.
I mean, or you could just find some guys' pants that fit properly. I mean, but whatever you want to
They're
do,
called
bud.
Whatever.
The hip
Dick-
tag.
Haters.
He's
Each their
from
own.
he's from Malvern, Arkansas. He's from
Really?
nowhere, Arkansas. Yeah, which is a town of I don't know 10,000 people maybe.
He's such a good actor, dude. I love him.
he
He's
kills
so good. He's so good at what he does.
We should get him
and
on
I
the
have
show
not
sometime,
watched that
JR.
Landman, and you know,
So
we're
good.
going to do a show soon, Gabby, and they sent me the list over of like the top 20 or 30 shows of all time. And looking through that list, y'all, and a lot of them are newer shows. I've only seen literally like 3 of those shows ever. I don't watch
Yeah,
any of
that's
those.
that
If
list
something's
is
super
terrible.
popular and everybody's watching it, you can just go on and count on I ain't watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't keep up really with TV shows or anything like that, really.
Me either. I'm watching.
I say I
Sharice
watch
and I
them
are
like
watching
the-
reruns of Friends or Golden Girls or A-Team or Magnum PI or something. That's
Okay.
those
Okay. Yeah.
reruns.
Hey, Dexter's
watch
back
much
on.
TV
There's a new
at-
thing of Dexter on right now. Oh, it's such good. See, I watch that.
What do you
Paramount.
watch TV at all, Gabby? Any shows that you like?
No. No. I
Perfect,
just
yeah.
watched I watched Ozark. I like Jason Bateman.
Oh, that's great.
I really
Ozark
Yeah,
was
yeah.
good.
Yes. My husband tried to get me to watch The Office, but it's just I don't know. I didn't
You
like
can't
it.
get into it.
No, like I like it, but then I don't know. I don't know.
You got too much stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you start thinking, I could probably be doing something else with my time right now besides watching.
I feel
this.
like
I
I've
get it.
been really warped with my phone lately, and I want to get out of that, for like the next week
Yeah.
or two. It's just trying to
Yeah.
keep up with everything. It's like life is such a rat race, and ugh, I've
And
been
everything you do
Yeah.
adds more to it. You try to do something to alleviate something, and you just end up adding more.
Oh yeah,
more.
just another layer.
Never.
Yeah.
Another layer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never ends.
Yeah.
It's never ending rat race, and so I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not lately. I haven't been watching any shows or anything, and I don't know. Maybe I should
Yeah.
find something to get into soon.
Well, I mean, sometimes
Landman would
I
be
like
a
to
great
just
place
binge-
to
Yeah,
start.
it is good. Paramount
I
Plus
tell
is
you- I
rocking
tell you-
right now
It is
with
good.
all their shows. I mean, they're so good. You got Landman, you got that Sylvester Stallone show that's on there. I just found it.
Yeah,
been
it's
on for a
really
few
good.
years.
What's I can't crap. Tulsa
Yeah,
King.
Tulsa King. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the other one they just did that's out right now too. I can't think of it, but it's the same guy from Yellowstone that did all 3 of them.
yeah,
include
Taylor
Yellowstone all 4.
Sheridan and his name.
Yeah,
Tyler
it's
Sheridan.
good. And then
Gabby,
but yeah.
did you ever watch any Anthony Bourdain's TV shows he had, the chef Anthony Bourdain?
Yes.
I was gonna say, if you didn't, go back and there's
Oh,
you some
yes.
stuff to veg out on. I still go back and watch some of
it's
those
so
shows,
good, dude.
and I'm
So
just like,
good.
man, I
I
hate we
love the
lost him.
shows.
Such a talent, man. Great
Very
content
talented. Very talented.
JR, as always, with his perfect segues. I had one final question, and we'll wrap this up. If you had one cook, one celebrity chef that you could cook alongside with ever in the history of the world, who would it be?
I watched a lot of Rachel Ray. Y'all know who that is?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
yeah.
I used to
Rachel.
watch
I
Rachel
love
Ray all the
Rachel.
time.
Yeah.
I
Me
did
too.
too, man.
I had a
That
crush
girl's
on her,
good.
still do.
Yeah,
I really
Rachel's
like
good.
her. I really like her. You know what I've always taken away is your trash bowl. Whenever you're cooking, you put all your little onions, whatever you call them. You put them in the bowl.
Yep.
Put all your trash in the bowl, and then you just throw the whole bowl away. And I've always done that. I make my little pile. I really like her. I really do like Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
She-
I like Rachel Ray.
That would be
probably
good too,
maybe
because
to,
she's
like-
New York or
Mhm.
Connecticut or New York, and you're Louisiana boy. I bet y'all would come up with some
I know.
magic.
Bobby
Yeah.
Flay's another great one too.
Yeah.
I really like
Oh,
Bobby
yeah.
Flay. Who else? The lady, a little lady and her husband. They were always on Food Network. I can't think of her name. She was
I
like,
think I know exactly who you're taling about. Is he the blonde haired kind of
Not Gianna De Laurentiis. Gianna.
not Gianna. This lady, she's older. What is her name? I can't think of her name, but she was a good one. A lot of
Paula
Italian.
Dean.
Not Paula
No.
Dean, no. She,
Oh, cooking with
Ina.
Ina, yeah.
Ina Garden, I think.
Yes.
Her.
yes.
Really like her too.
Yes. Yes.
So those would be like my top 3. I think.
The Italian
Okay.
lady, yes.
I love that. And you know what? That makes sense. Watching your
Yep.
videos, watching what you cook, watching your style. That is your style. That's your style. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. It totally makes it makes sense. That's the fun of doing this, is kind of peeling everything back,
Yeah.
unveiling, seeing every kind of like what makes the videos that we watch of you guys, like, who are y'all really? Like, who
Yeah.
are you really? And it's cool because you're
normally
even
when
cooler
you
than the video.
peel it off, it just usually everybody's a culmination of their experiences and their influences. So
Right.
it started with your
that's
mom, and then these people you saw on television, and then your friends and your partners. Yep, I love it. That's great.
Sure.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Gabby, we do have one more. I got one more question
Okay.
for you.
What you got?
I'm just curious, like kind of going back to kind of like pop culture and a few things happening in that arena. I mean, how much of so Hulk Hogan, I don't know if you're familiar with Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So of his success that he's had and his comeback that he's had and the wealth that he's been able to build, how much of that do you think he owes to Bubba the Love Sponge?
To the what?
I'm just wondering of the success that he's had later in his career, in the
Mm-hmm.
last part of his career, he's been able to build a tremendous amount of wealth. I mean, how much of that do you think he really owes to Bubba the Love Sponge?
Wait, wait.
Well,
I don't even know. I don't even know what you're saying at the end.
there's a radio personality from Tampa, Florida named Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge?
That's his name.
Bubba the Love Sponge, yeah.
He's been on radio down there forever. He was Hulk Hogan's best friend. They had a big falling out because they had this sex tape scandal with their wives or something. And that was what the big went to. He was
Hogan
Hulk
got paid. Hogan got paid.
Went to court and all that. They're not friends anymore. Bubba's still on the radio down in Tampa. Hulk Hogan still lives in Tampa, and it's weird. But Bubba, we actually they host our show, one of our shows on Bubba's radio network, his podcast network. So we're friends with Bubba. Blasey's like one of his best friends. And he has to ask that. Usually, it's just a thing to see if anyone knows who Bubba is or not.
So I did
and
some.
you're not
digging.
wrong for not knowing. It's totally just
Okay,
for
so
fun.
I
Gave
did
us
some
the
digging
reaction of the
today,
year.
and I read Bubba a bunch of times, but I was like, okay, Blasey is not Bubba, but we had a
Where's this
shirt
Bubba
on
guy
that said
coming in?
Bubba, and I was like, is that Bubba? Who's Bubba? What?
Yeah.
Who?
He's even got his
We
own
all look
shoes.
like we could be Bubba. We all look like our names
Those are
could be
fat. Those are his
Bubba.
fat man
I'm
dunks.
Bubba
That's his
Jr.
shoes.
Okay, so I was
He's dunking a donut.
Yeah,
That's
this
him.
guy.
Very
This
Man
guy
dunks.
was in wrestling for a little while too. He's a big personality on morning radio down out of Tampa and Orlando, South Florida area.
Okay.
Been doing it forever, but he was in wrestling and stuff. But had this big scandal with his wife and Hulk Hogan and a sex tape, like 15, 20 years ago or something. And it's still a big stink. And Bubba still brings it up every 30 seconds and is bitter about it. But he's went on to do all kinds of great things anyway. And he's just it's a weird thing, but we have to ask it because it's part of our network. They're our friends and all that. We love.
Oh, yeah,
them,
we
but
love
it's
the
just
reaction
funny.
of
And he
not
gets a
knowing
kick
what the
out of
heck.
it. He doesn't get offended. He loves it. He just loves
Yeah.
hearing his name. Bubba, 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 Bubba. He loves it.
And
He
you may
loves
have given us the best reaction of the entire year.
That's good.
I haven't even
so
heard
good.
Hulk Hogan's name in I don't even know how long.
I know,
Well,
right?
it's because he got paid $100 million from this sex tape from Gawker, and he kind of
Disappeared.
just
He
went
didn't have
off.
to work.
But now
He didn't do anything.
yeah.
you'll,
Well, now
you'll
he's
see
got
a little bit
but
more. He's got beer.
He's got a
the
beer now. He's
All-American
selling
beer or
Hulk
whatever,
Hogan's
yeah.
All-American beer or something.
Yes.
He's
So
going
what
to
did
liquor
his
stores and
daughter
selling
do?
that.
What does Brooke do? What happened with her? Where did she
Very
go?
good question.
I met her in
Yeah.
Nashville one time, right after, like when she was trying to do her music thing. She is tall. I'm gonna say that first.
How tall? How
And,
tall is she? I'm tall.
taller than me. I'm 6'1", and she's taller than me. So she's
Wow.
6'2".
How
Probably.
tall are you, Gabby?
5'9".
She's at least 6 foot. Like if she had heels on and was taller than me, I know I had boots on. I wasn't in flip flops. So I mean, I'm 6'1" all day. So she was as tall as I am. Yeah. From what I
He's not
remember,
doing
now,
much of the music career though.
I used to drink a
that's
lot,
kind of
too,
dead,
so-
right?
It's been like 20 years.
yeah, as
I'd
far
say
as I
no.
know, I don't know if anything ever happened with her music. I know his son had gotten some trouble, and then
He's got a couple DUIs and stuff.
But he was back out. They're probably just laying low and counting Hulk's
Just-
money. I'm hoping,
That's right.
From
That's
Gawker.
right.
or
Just
Bubba's
living
money,
their
or
best life.
somebody's
Bubba's
money.
Somebody's money.
Somebody's money.
It's Bubba's money, ain't it, Gabby? That's Bubba's,
Bubba's money. That's Bubba.
That's
Bubba didn't
right.
get paid anything, and they all got rich.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
It's so crazy. It really
He
is.
lost his
And
job.
I'm not a huge debater on this thing. I'm just because I wasn't a Bubba Army guy until I met these guys. But looking at it from a new set of eyes and ears, it looks like Bubba got hosed on this deal. It just does.
did get
It really
hosed.
does.
Yeah.
It's like
Hogan got paid, Bubba got fired, and the guy that set Bubba up got his job. Plain
And
simple.
nobody
Bubba's
got in
wife
trouble.
got screwed, and Bubba got divorced later on. So
Yeah.
throw those on into the whole mix.
and they stole
I mean,
it
they're
from. He
part
didn't
of
give it to him. Somebody stole it from him. Stole it from his
yeah.
desk. all these things. They tried to hold him up, say, give us $1 million. We won't let it out. And nobody got in trouble for any of this extortion or anything. It's so crazy.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, so now you know who Bubba is. So next time you come on, you'll know who Bubba is.
I will know.
Oh,
It's funny, but they're good, and they help our help our podcast out, and they'll make sure to plug this stuff for us. He and Seth, who runs his podcast department, are good people, and they help us a lot. And they're big food and Southern culture folks too. So I'm hoping this will get spread around on everything.
Yeah, great.
yeah,
Great.
absolutely.
I was trying to do my homework today, and
Oh, yeah.
read everything.
You saw that Bubba.
But Bubba,
coming up.
I didn't know who Bubba was. I was getting confused.
And it's what else? This is not a little bits of controversy question, but what else did you notice from the outside that made you maybe any other questions or like who is this Bubba character? Anything else that popped out? It's good to have a little feedback.
Okay, so my questions: Tigs Bits. What is Tigs Bits? Where did that name come from? What is that?
It's a great question. Number
Really good
one,
question.
don't inverse the letters.
Okay.
And it is never was meant to be that. So my nickname is Tigs.
Okay.
I'm Tigs. And that all stemmed back 100,000 foot or 30,000 foot view quickly. I was on a message board, an LSU message board years ago, and you had to have a handle. My handle was LSU Tigs because I stole my buddy's license plate who was from Arkansas. That was his personalized license plate, so I took his name as a handle. He didn't
You're
give
the
a
Bill
crap
Gates
about,
of Tigs. Yep,
yeah, he
go
didn't
ahead.
care about the internet or any of the chat rooms or anything. So I took that, and then we all ended up meeting up in real life and like getting to know each other from this message board, and people just started calling me Tigs. So my nickname has been Tigs for years.
Okay.
I've had some radio show stints in radio and stuff like that. And at one point I had a little segment that was called Tigs Bits, where I just went, it was a sports talk radio show here in Baton Rouge on ESPN radio. And it was a 2-hour show. And in the second hour, we started off the top of it with Tigs Bits. Generally, I was energized at that point. In other words, I'd had a couple of libations and was loose and ready to rock and roll. So Tigs Bits came into Motley Crue's Wild Side, and off I went and just went into tangents about whatever it was. So then that was the birth of Tigs Bits. Rebranded it later on as a podcast, started it as myself, and then these gentlemen joined me, and we've been doing it ever since. Then we noticed once we started making merchandise, and I was on the beach walking one day, and this girl, probably 15 or 16, walking with her mom, saw me and was wearing this shirt, and they both just started laughing, and I kept on walking. It was like, surely they're not, why are they laughing at me? They're not laughing at me, and kept on walking, and then the mom's like, we love your shirt. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked down, I was like, oh, I'm wearing Tigs Bit shirt. And she's like, we didn't think it said that.
Oh.
And I went, oh my God, here we are.
That's
and
where it
so
was-
nobody really believes.
And it took
that
about
that's
9
the-
episodes before I put 2 and 2 together. I didn't.
It took me 9 episodes before I put it all together. It was
like,
that was the
I
moment
wear a hat
where
every
I went,
day, and everybody looks at me like I'm just like, oh yeah, big old.
I got asked about my hat recently in a restaurant, and they said just had to see what the hat said. I like it, by the way, or something, because they thought it might be offensive. They weren't going to let me wear my hat in this restaurant. I swear. I forgot to tell you guys that. I was at an airport or somewhere.
wow.
I think it was at the airport in Key West, or leaving Key West, or somewhere like that, or something. And I was like,
That's
They questioned it?
fantastic.
yeah. And then they laughed, and the
That's
manager likes it, or I like it, or something. One of them said they liked it or something, but they had to get a closer look to make sure it said what they thought it said.
That's so good. That's so
I know.
good. We've been
That's it.
we've been denied press credentials for like Senior Bowl and football games, and we have to email them and follow up and go, guys, this is what it is. Oh, okay,
Right.
sorry, come on in.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's something.
And I thought the whole time it was Tigs Bits Tiger Bites, LSU Tiger, because it's Tigs and it was purple. I just always thought it was LSU stuff. Tigs, Tigers, Tigs Bites, Tiger Bites.
Well, in a sense, it kind
still
of
keeps
is,
going. I love
Yeah,
it. I
but-
love the fact it just keeps going.
It just
Yeah,
keeps
there's
going.
a
Exactly.
mystery to
Exactly. I was
it.
like,
There- and
so good.
It could be this, it could be this, and so I was doing all.
would you change it?
Yeah.
Should we change it, Gabby, or you
No.
think we should stick with it now, knowing what you know?
No, stick with it. Stick with
All
it.
right, perfect.
Keep everybody
We
going.
were, but-
Everybody wants
but
to
yeah.
know. Everybody wants.
There's some mystery to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's great.
Any
I
other
love it.
questions? Like, yeah, it was a good question.
That was a great question. Yeah, we don't know. It's just kind of fun. Flip the script. Yeah, what you got for us?
Well, okay. Blasi, is that your last name?
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's Italian. My grandfather's
Okay.
first generation.
I heard it in
Italian
the song,
American.
so I was like, maybe that's where that came from. It's an old song though, so I was like,
That rap song?
that rap song.
Yeah.
Rap song. So I was like, maybe that's where that's from, but maybe that's just his name. I like to read and start digging and see.
Blasi Blasi is something about a Maserati.
Something, I don't know. I just remember
Yeah,
Blasi. I don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
always good to know how a lady's going to crime dog us. So this is good. And I think we're coming out pretty clean, so that's good.
We are.
This is
We are.
fantastic
Good.
news for the show.
and then is it Junior, JR, the handler?
JR, yeah, whatever. I always tell people I've been called worse. Whatever, anything's fine.
Anything's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's
But-
a handler. That's his nickname in
Yeah.
country music because he handles country
Okay.
music artists. So he's the handler.
Okay.
That's how you
Yep.
know him
I
as
had
the
a
handler.
buddy, Craig Sweet Dog Pickering in Tuscaloosa, who was a road manager for like a lot of blues artists out of Mississippi, and he was called the Fixer because when you go on location, when you go somewhere to shoot a movie or music video or anything like that, you have a local liaison. They're called a fixer. They can run around and show you, get you a car, get you access to this property, get you a boat. They're a fixer. So Craig was. His nickname was Sweet Dog, but then they called him the Fixer, and then he dubbed me the Handler, our drummer, and then one of the guys in the band. This was 20-something years ago. Took that, and because I was just always pretty handy at helping out with things, whatever needed to be done. Because I don't play music, I don't write, I don't sing, I don't do any of that. I just help out, and that's all I've ever done was help. I drive, talk if I need to talk, whatever's got to be done. Make sure we get paid, get everybody home safe.
Very nice. Very nice.
So that's it, the handler thing. And then in 2020, when the shutdown went down, Justin Moore and I have been talking about doing a podcast for several years because he liked Howard Stern, and I was a big Joe Rogan guy. And when we were not on the road for a couple of months, we're like, all right, let's do a podcast. So we started a podcast. So I made the branding and stuff like that for that show, and then it kind of stuck, and was in some of the music videos and this and that. So it kind of stuck. But just good old JR, like JR from wrestling, is good enough.
So good.
Good. Very nice.
Love it.
But those are good questions, Gabby.
That's great.
Huh?
Yeah.
I love that. I love
Nice
that.
work.
Thanks.
Well, I think we've kept you for entirely too long. We didn't mean to go this long,
had a
but we
great
had
time.
fun. Well, good.
Good. Yeah,
See?
we appreciate you. Thank you for being such a good sport too. Yeah,
Yes.
no, we appreciate it.
Yes, we had a
Falling
little
for our
fun with you.
stunts
So
and shenanigans.
It was a great time. Thank y'all very
Good.
much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Hopefully, we'll catch up with you again sometime.
Yes.
Pretty soon.
I was going to
Tell
say, come back in
everybody-
a couple of months so you can give us an
Yeah.
update on what's going on. We look forward to seeing these videos, and everybody go follow her and all that good stuff. And yeah, we want to get an update in a few months with what's going on because we know
Yeah.
you're going to be conquering and crushing in the new year.
Yeah, and I got to
Gabby, I
send
know
you
that
some
you've got-
seasoning. We gotta.
Yes.
But yes,
Yes.
I'll shoot you our addresses and all that good
Thank you.
stuff. But I know that you have an event that you plan that's coming up
Yeah.
in January. Tell everybody a little bit about that.
Yeah, so January 11th, I have some local vendors coming in. I have Brittany Camille coming in. She's gonna come cook.
Nice.
Some other people that are local here, they're gonna cook as well. I'm just hoping to really boost people's sales. Start as a small business after holidays, and I just hope everybody does well.
Is that the Shop Small Saturday?
That
Is
is,
that what I'm-
yes.
Hey, look at there. Look at me. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that. It's one thing I didn't get around to. That's cool. That's super
Yeah,
cool.
so I'm
That
hoping
was
we
in
have a
the
good
correct
turnout, a
notes.
good time. We're gonna have food, art, music, hopefully a pop-up Legree class if anybody wants to learn about Legree, a fun jump for kids. Just a good time.
Yeah.
It
it's a good
sounds
time,
great.
yeah.
The one thing that jumped out on the page to me was free food. I saw that.
Yeah.
Free food. I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to get
Yeah.
over there.
And Brittany's cooking too.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
And we
cool.
were
That's a-
talking last night, actually. She's like, what should I cook? And I'm like, hey, whatever you want, whatever.
There's nothing is going to be bad
Right,
that she
right.
cooks. I've been watching her go. She's doing these library events and stuff like that. It's so cool.
I know, that's so awesome to me. That's so awesome. I love
It is. She's awesome. She's awesome. She's a joy. Can't wait to have her back on too. And I saw that picture with the two of y'all here recently. I was like, oh, there's two of my girls. I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Like
it.
such a genuine soul, you know, just a good
Yes.
person.
No
Yeah.
doubt. Much like you. And that's what we're having fun doing with bringing in these local personalities and social media folks that we gel with as well, that it's just kind of like our people. So it's just,
That's
it's
right.
a lot of fun, a lot of cast of characters and all of that good stuff. So we're going to have a lot of fun in 2025, bringing all of that content.
Yeah.
Would love to come on the 11th
Yeah.
if we're able
Y'all can
to.
make it out
We'll-
here. That'd be great.
We'll
That would
slip
be
down
great.
if we can. I don't know what our schedule is as of yet, but it's there. I know it's happening, and it'll be fun. Well, boys, anything else before we let Miss Gabby get back to
Gabby,
it?
who's on your right there? Who's the junior chef in the making?
Oh, this is Olivia.
Hey, Olivia.
Oh, there she is. I didn't even see her. Hey, Olivia.
She's been right here the
What
whole
is up?
time. She's been typing up messages on my phone. Can I say hello? Can I say hello?
Oh,
Yes.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course
you
you
can
can
say
say
We
hello.
have to
hello.
have
And-
you on
and-
our show.
Yeah.
Yes,
Junior
we will.
chef.
She's on it.
Junior
She's on it now. We'll have to have her on another time because she
debut.
also makes videos, and I've seen her
Oh.
mama
Yeah.
post some of her videos that
That's
she's
cool.
made.
She's
Yeah.
learning from Mama there. That's awesome.
That's right.
Olivia, what's your favorite thing to cook? If you had to cook one thing, what would you cook?
Spaghetti.
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 Oh,
Just
so
like her
good.
mom. The
love it.
pasta goes back
The
to the
pasta.
pasta. I love
That's
it.
right.
Pasta. Yes. Made full circle here.
I
We
love
did.
it.
We came all the way around. It's great. Well, thank you so
Thank y'all.
much
Thank
for
y'all. I had a great
coming on. And yeah, we'll do it again.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks,
See you
Gabby. Good
later.
luck.
Bye,
We'll talk to you again soon. Good luck with everything.
Later.
Bye,
See y'all.
Olivia. See you next
Bye.
time.
Bye, Olivia.